right, hello everybody. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing myself here. There we go, that's better. Hope everybody had a lovely Memorial Day here in the United States. Welcome everywhere else in the world. Hi, Science Our Way. Good to see you back. Got Shinny Book in the chat, Gorilla Jacket, some familiar faces. All right, well, let's start off with the news. We have got a cool announcement from the Sandbox about the moon sale, which I'm going to paste a link to that in the chat here. And this is a cool announcement. It's another pre-sale, but it's not the fourth pre-sale that we're planning for. These are like little different sales. There's special things going on, and there's a link to pre-register. And there's a cool little video. I thought it was linked in the article, but I don't see it now. Oh, right here. Turn that down a little bit. So we got this going on. This is by one of our awesome artists. So yeah, we're getting some land sold off by our Atari partner. So that's a cute little video. You can check out more details in the link I shared in the chat, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what comes of this. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It starts June 4th, and that's just about a week away. And yeah, actually, this is I don't believe this is the fourth pre-sale. Actually, Shinnypock, this is a sale in between pre-sale 3 and 4. So there's some. It's not a full launch of a new area for sale. It's some of the reserved estate for Atari that's going to be sold. So yeah, you can check out more details in the link. And yeah, it's land that currently belongs to Atari for their Pong, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and some of their other estates. So yeah, I'm not sure entirely what that means, if there's going to be content by Atari on those or not. I'm sure there will be more details coming out. All right, and other cool news, we are doing weekly contests now. So that we had that really big contest last month, and now we're doing little weekly contests. So you can check out the forum. If you go to forum.sandbox.game, that's the new-ish Sandbox forum. You create an account there, and I'm sharing that link in the chat. And the theme this week is space. So from May 25th, which was yesterday, to June 1st, make something space related. And there's rules and guidelines and stuff linked in that article. So you can check that out. And there's going to be new contests every week. Prizes involve land for first, second, and third place. And I've got a little gnat buzzing around. Must have flown in through the AC. I just put those in yesterday. So there's that. Hidden treasure and a 12 by 12 estate. Oh, in the in the moon sale announcement, yeah, there's a 12 by 12 estate for sale, which let's see, where was that? I think it was further down. So there's a whole bunch of scheduled events in there. They have different amounts of land for sale in each section. So yeah, I would recommend reading the whole article because there's a bunch of different things going on. So you don't want to miss out on that. There is a 12 by 12. Where there was something about a 12 by 12. Where'd it go? Or it might be portions of a 12 by 12. I'm not seeing it in there now, but there's some estates mentioned down here, small and medium estates mentioned. So yeah, I would just recommend reading the whole article because there's a lot to it. So definitely check that out. Check out the contest on the forum, and let's get a giveaway going for Fountain. One second while I start that. And we're going to do, same as always, ! Fountain. All right, and if we hit up to 100 viewers, we'll do a land giveaway. So always remember to share the stream on your social media and try to get more people in. We get a greater chance of doing that land giveaway. So anytime we get over 100 viewers, we'll give away a land. All right. And I'm going to turn on the captioning if anybody needs that on Twitch. And just a reminder, you do need to be on the Sandbox channel on Twitch, so twitch.tv/thesandboxgame if you want to enter the giveaway. Okay, so we are going to take a look at what I put together in the Game Maker here. I was asked about doing Pac-Man, which I can kind of almost do. It's a little bit complicated. There's some things that I'm not able to do in the Game Maker yet, which make doing Pac-Man not quite feasible, but we will take a little play through this. I had an issue where I lost my save. So I kind of had to start over, which is a little bit embarrassing. So I didn't have time to make a trailer for this, but what we're actually going to do is I'm going to work on a recording of building this and release a sort of tutorial video. So keep an eye out for that in the next week or so. There's going to be about a 5-minute long video that shows how to build a game like this in the Game Maker. And we're going to try to do a series of videos like that. So in the chat, let me know what kind of videos what kind of games you're interested in seeing made. I can do one of this. Well, I'm going to do one of this. I can do one for like the Mario level I built last week. We could try doing something like Final Fantasy, or any sort of game that you're looking for. I'm not gonna make that exact game, but I will try to accomplish a game in the genre, a spiritual successor to that game in the Sandbox, and show you how to put it together really quickly in a tutorial. So so this is kind of more like a Gauntlet dungeon crawler than it is a necessarily Pac-Man clone. But we want to try to get to the center of the map here. And we've got some danger obstacles that will chase after us. So we have no attacks, so we're kind of helpless here. But we can run faster than them, so as long as we can keep outrunning them, we'll be good. And that was just a whole bunch of dead ends. So we are going to try to figure out how to get through here. So we got a little bit of platforming going on, which is not quite Pac-Man, but we do have to get away from these skeletons. And yeah, the skeleton's just kind of chilling, and then it decides to attack. So let's see. Oop, went too close to the wall. So I can't force the camera. Whoa! I forgot that guy was there. Get away from me. Get away. I don't want to go near the spider. We're going to go through here. Okay. All right. We're safe. We're safe in the lava. Can I animate the lava to spread? Not yet. Fluid dynamics is planned, but is not implemented yet. So something we were looking at, I think last week, was voids and spawners. So there is a plan to make something that can spawn liquids like lava and water, and then you'll have another like a despawner or a void, which will be a drain for them so your entire map doesn't fill up with them. So nobody's chasing us right now. Okay, we're actually safe. Whoa. Okay, I thought we were safe, but there was a skeleton there. Yeah, come and get me. Come and get me in the lava. Yeah, he died. Quick, quick, quick. And we won. Okay. So that was just I had to put that together real quickly this morning because I lost all of this. And I had some more things going on, which I didn't have time to put together, but we can talk about different things that we can do in the Game Maker. So it's just a really simple maze, and you can see where you're going better with the above view. We could force it into first person or have it be a lot closer into the character, and we would have a much harder time navigating through the maze. But I did want to make it feel a little bit more like Pac-Man with this kind of overview look. We could zoom way out, but I don't think that would be very much fun because everything would be real tiny. So let's talk about some of the mechanics here. We for our avatar here, we've got him in third person, and we set the cam distance to 30, which puts it way out there, as you could see. And we totally turned off his attack damage because I wanted this to be really just like a running, kind of like Pac-Man. You're always on the run from guys that'll get you. So we had the attack damage all the way down. Shinny Book says, nice one. Imagine a group of players running through it, a race where you can win some sand or wearable, etc. Yeah, that's multiplayer is planned for the Sandbox, so that's going to be a big part of it. You could definitely do races where people could choose different paths. You could have it be cooperative. You could have it be competitive. So we're not there yet, but that is in the future for the Sandbox. And then we did have a little bit of regeneration. So the thing that I didn't have time to put in was healing stones, because you can have an NPC healer. I was going to have some healers scattered around that would heal your character, but I didn't have time to set those up before the stream today. So I just gave him a 1 health regeneration tick. So the skeletons, I believe, do 5 damage. Let's see. Oh, I keep on rectangle selecting when I don't mean to. Yeah, they do 5 damage. So they would knock down your health of 20 down to 15, but you pretty quickly heal as long as you can keep running away from them. So one way we can make this a little more interesting is we could reduce our speed. I believe the skeletons run at a top speed of 5. I think it's faster than that, maybe 6. Yeah, they run at 6. So if we decided to, say, run at 7 instead of 9, then they'll have an easier time catching up to us, and it'll make things a little more exciting. All right, so we'll do that for future playthroughs. Level design, I just started with a bunch of concentric squares, so they all just loop in on each other. And then I just kind of started chopping things up. So with more time to plan a level, we could do all sorts of things to direct the player to different areas. We could introduce more platforming elements. Besides the lava, we can have moving platforms. We could have traps and holes and all sorts of stuff. And these are things that we could put into the game right now. pretty much. We'll in a little bit, we'll try to see if we can make a simple trap. If you've watched the stream before, you've already seen the moving platforms that we can put in there. And then another thing that was planned was these gates would have keys, or you would have to defeat an enemy to unlock them. So I didn't have time to set that up. But if you've watched the canyon level, you know that we do have keys where you can pick them up, bring them to a gate, and the gate will open for you. So we could have a series of keys with different triggers, so each key goes to a specific gate, or we could have a master key that can unlock any of them. So there's different possibilities there. And then, yeah, I just set a big range on all of these monsters, so they chase you pretty far. This blue is the chase area, so as soon as you come within the yellow circle, this spider is going to chase you. Actually a little bit past the blue, I think, but this is the base range of where it'll go to. And yeah, then for the victory, we just have a simple collision with the mat here. So it's a victory component, not a behavior. It has no behavior, it just sits there, but on collision, it announces victory when you walk over the mat. And I set up a couple of the mats to have it in case you like jump over the mat at the end. And yeah, there's actually an example of some assets that I imported recently to the Game Maker. They weren't here before. This little wall decoration, I made this almost a year ago, I think. Finally able to start putting artwork that I've done into the Sandbox. And you can see our styles changed a little bit over time. We're more simple and blocky, a little less noisy with the textures. But these are just some old ones that I put in there for the fun of it. And yeah, that's, like I said, it's pretty simple to start with. Some things that I wanted to try to do, but there isn't a way to do them yet, but I can kind of describe how it would work if we had them, would be something like the I don't know what they're called in Pac-Man, the little pills that Pac-Man gobbles up, the little white dots everywhere. We could do something like that, but there's no way for me to count them right now. So you could have something that you run over and would disappear, or spawn something somewhere else. The difficulty is that I don't have a way of making it work for multiple. So if I set it up to do it with one, you would immediately have victory instead of having to collect, say, 100 of something. There's no way to count a variable yet. These are kind of basic game making features, so we should see that coming around later. And the basic idea would be that if you ran over this token, it would set off a message, and if you set off the message 100 times, or if they were constantly broadcasting a message and all of a sudden there were none of them left, the absence of the message would cause victory in the game. So I can't do either of those yet. That's kind of essential to do a Pac-Man level. I thought of a couple different ways of doing it, and none of them work quite yet. So we can't quite do a Pac-Man level at the moment, but we can kind of do adventure maze stuff. So let's take a look at how that run speed changes. So I can't run quite so fast now. They keep up a little bit. Yeah, I wonder how many of these skeletons we can get to follow us at once. Ooh, before we die. So I did set their attack range really low. If you set their attack range too high, they'll actually be able to attack you through the wall, which you don't want, because that's not fair. So you can either make walls thicker, or you can make the attack range 1/2 thickness, so that way they can't punch through the wall at you. Oh, we lost our whole trail of skeletons here. Let's try to get them all in the lava. Skeleton conga line. That's what we're aiming for here. And oh, you can see I misplaced the gate a little bit there. It's just a little bit off center. Doesn't really make a difference because we can't squeeze through that gap anyway, but... Ooh. So we got 3 chasing us. And one of them died. 2 of them died. Ah, there's the last one. Alright, so we got 3. And, oh, was that spider there before? I don't remember that spider being there. So sometimes they're not interested in us. There is an aspect where they have hunger, a hunger attribute. So ground predators are less likely to chase prey if they are not hungry. Got a few more. Okay, so that is a little bit more fun, and you can see the skeletons can walk right through the gates. I don't have collision set up for that. Oh, wrong way. So let's try to set a trap. Let's think about what would be involved in that. So there is an item already in here. There's some spears. So let's get a spear, and we're gonna make the trap real obvious at first, and then we're gonna kind of hide it. Actually, I like the stone carving. We'll do that, and I think that's all that we'll need. So let's find a good spot for the trap here. We'll go right at the beginning here, and we're actually gonna carve out a section. Oh, thanks for joining us, Choina. Yeah, we'll see you on Saturday. Have a good rest of your week. All right, so we're gonna erase the wall here so we can see what we're doing. And this will be our trap trigger. Be like a pressure plate. And we're gonna set up some spikes, and we're going to rotate them. If I can select them all at once. I think I gotta move this over here. There we go. So we rotate all those pointing up, and if we hold shift, everything snaps to a 1/2 meter, so it's nice for spacing things. How many plots is this? This is just a single land. So most of what I do for these weekly demos is just on one land, because it's a lot of space to work with, and when you just have a week to kind of plan and put things together, I mean, really, I don't even really have a whole week to do it, because with 2 streams a week, it's kind of planning 2 separate things. I kind of have like 1/2 a week to plan these, and that's if I don't, accidentally delete everything. So we're just gonna center here, and so yeah, I usually just do single land plots, and that kind of gives a good enough idea for everything. All right. So now we're going to give these all a parent here. Yeah, one is a lot bigger than you thought. Yeah, it's 96 by 96 meters, which doesn't sound a lot when you just say it out loud, but it is pretty substantial. I haven't really tried making a 2 by 2 worth of content yet, because it's a lot to do. If you have time to plan out a full game and like really think about where you're going to put everything, it's great. But if you just try just winging it, you're going to get overwhelmed with the amount of space you have pretty quick. All right, so let's see. We're going to hide these down like that. And we're going to make them a damaging item to the player. So what are these called? They're called Treasure Spear. Okay, 210, or we're just going to call it Spear, because that's too much to type. I might actually have to type it. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's based off of the asset, not the name of the object. So let's see, we're going to edit logic, and we're going to go down to, yeah, so it's damaging blocks. So we want to make this I don't think I can do it from a void, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, so if I made these would be an auto kill if I did it this way. And I don't really like items that auto kill players. So let's not do it that way. Let's try making this a NPC predator. We can actually spawn it. So I may have put myself in a pickle here. I thought that I could have it be a damaging item, so that the difficulty is that you can only do that with blocks. So let's see. Yeah, so I can only do this with blocks, but we can make a different kind of trap that would be a falling trap. And that's actually simpler than what I was trying to do. So if we do, let's get rid of the spears. So lava already damages our hero. So we just have to place the block, which is easy enough to do. And then we can have these plates disappear. So we're going to put some lava in there. And size-wise, let's see. So that's not going to fully cover. So we're going to set up a series of these. So we want to make one first, and then we'll duplicate it across. So we're going to get rid of the health component there. We don't need the floor to have health. But we're going to have the behavior become a replace asset. Azrael asks, is there going to be a Mac OS version of the Game Maker? There already is a Mac OS version. I haven't tried using it yet. My main platform is PC. But when I get emails from the developers with the new build, they have Mac OS and PC versions available. So I've seen the Mac OS version, and it looks exactly the same. They're developed simultaneously. So everything should be the same from OS to OS. You'll have the difference of like control or command for duplicating and stuff, and the normal differences in the keys. And we do want to make a way out of this, so we'll do that. Now, if I make this the parent, we'll see how well this works, and we may need to adjust this. So we're going to say when we interact, it's going to replace with nothing. None. Okay. And no behavior. None. And no collision. All right. Let's see how that works. So we're going to go over here. But he died because he walked near the lava. That was kind of weird. Okay, so it's not sensing the interaction. So we need to tweak this a little bit. What we can do is we can have none for the behavior, and we'll turn on gravity. And if we place it halfway like that, it's going to let us fall in. So we run over, and now we can fall in. So that's pretty much the simplest way you could do that. Let's fill some of this back up so it makes a little more sense. And we're going to do it like that, and then we're going to duplicate it, put another one there. And now we want to have not all of them actually be a trap, because then it's less obvious to the player that it might be a trap. So when we run over, oh, did they fall in? They fell in before we got there. We need to move them back over a little bit. Hey, Nico. How's it going? All right. Now we should be good. So the idea is that we're going to run up and over the platform here. And then we fall in. and dramatically kill the skeleton. You're Italian. Well, I hope you're staying safe out there in Italy. I don't know what it's like there lately. I just know that we were hearing lots of news about Italy before. So the way this is set up is if we didn't have these tiles here and we just ran straight to them, we kind of kick them, and it makes the trap really obvious. So instead, we place this right here so that way we're already up above them and we don't actually end up kicking them, well, unless the skeleton runs into it. That skeleton's on a suicide mission. Let's get rid of him because he keeps on disrupting the trap. All right. So now, all right, so now it's just a very simple physics-based trap. So that first tile lifts us up so that way our feet don't immediately collide with the tiles. But as soon as we step on them, we fall in and we gotta jump out. Okay, so that's a simple physics-based trap. I was trying to make a trigger-based trap, and the difficulty with doing a trigger-based trap is that we don't have damaging items yet. We just have the damaging blocks like lava. So in order to make an item that would cause damage to the player, like a spear, we would have to make it either an insta-kill. We can make it a void, which we can try doing that next. Or we would have to make it a, what's the word I'm looking for? A ground predator, which would behave weird because it's going to try to chase us and attack us if it's a predator. So we would have to figure out a way to like push it through the floor, and it would just be a little overly complicated. So let's try making a void trap. So let's get our pressure plate here. And oh, that actually gives me another idea, which I'll try to remember. So we're going to edit logic, and we're going to have this become an asset spawner. And the thing that I'm not entirely sure about is I don't know that the void will actually destroy the NPC. Let me double check that. So at the moment, when you use an asset spawner, it only uses the default settings of the behavior. We can't tweak that yet. That'll come later. But if the void doesn't destroy the player, destroys all except from list. So I guess that would destroy the player. It'll destroy the player, but it might not end the game, which would be the issue. So let's set this to be an asset spawner. And we're going to have it interact. So the other issue is that there's no collision trigger. Well, I could try it. I don't think it works though. Did I spell that right? Collisions. Yeah. And we're gonna have it spawn a spear. Treasure spear. And we're going to edit the logic. And the treasure sphere is going to be a void. Ooh. Okay, there we go. And let's see, duration 1, spawn position offset. So I can say where it's going to spawn. Let's see, this is... Let's make it spawn like right on it. So we're going to set that to be at position 000. So the spear is actually probably going to spawn on its side. Hi, 99 Ever Debros. Looks like you're having some keyboard issues there. And okay, so that's going to spawn a spear as a void, and we'll see what happens there. I'm pretty sure it's just going to delete the character. So we run over and interact, and yeah. So there we go. Hey, it worked. I wasn't actually sure that it was going to work. So let's have it spawn something else that makes more sense. So we're going to change that to be hey, let's have it be a bomb tire. Almost like a monster trap. And I think we can set the duration to be lower. And let's see how that looks now. So we run through. We definitely jump over that trap, and whoop, and it killed us. Okay, so that kind of works. So there's no collision trigger yet. The only thing that works for collision that I know of would be, oh, we wouldn't have to make it be that way. I don't know why I forgot this because I did it in the last game. So we could actually just say, we'll call the trigger touch. So the message required to spawn the asset will be touch. And we're going to have our avatar here sending out the message of touch constantly. So to do that, we give them a little collision box. I like using an actual crate, an actual box. Is it just box? Yeah, wooden box. And we put that right in there. We line it up with our character. And we can drop it down a little bit. It doesn't really make a difference. We could do that if we wanted to make the trap less noticeable. We could sink it into the floor a little. Just a little bit. Yeah. So you can just see the pattern sticking through. And I'm losing my voice here. Let's go back to our crate. So for behavior, we call it a message broadcaster. And the message is broadcasting is touch. And we don't want the range really high. Is visible is set to false. And take the health off of it. And then we make it a child of the avatar, which that's not very helpful. Okay, so this is the avatar. Sometimes the object list here is a little glitchy and calls everything wood for no particular reason, so we can work around that. Let's see. Where is the wooden box? I think if we search for wooden box, it'll actually show up. Here we go. Rename to box. Okay, so there's avatar. So I just gotta keep on dragging this up here. I guess I could have named them both avatar and then I could search for them and they'd be quicker to find, but this is fine. So we're just gonna keep on dragging that up until we get to the avatar. The avatar was one of the first things that I placed. That's why it's so high up in the list. All right, there. So now when we run around, that box is gonna be attached to us. And just, whoa. So, does anybody want to guess what I did wrong? I know what I did wrong. Do you guys know what I did wrong? Could I build a wall of lava that is hunting the player? I could. So, I would need to... hey, Peacock got it right. So, yeah, collision. I forgot to turn off collision on the box. So the box is intersecting with my feet and I'm colliding with it. So I believe I can fly. No collisions. Now it should work. There we go. It's those little things. That's why you always got to test, because if you don't test, then you're not going to notice. So we braved the first trap. That actually looked really cool. I liked that. That worked out really well. It even bounces you off. That was pretty sweet. So yeah, the collision wasn't turned off. Now for a wall of lava, yes and no. I would need to make an asset for the lava. So right now, the lava is... Now, if I run fast enough, I can run right over the trap. And it didn't. It was too short of time for it to register. So the lava is blocks, terrain blocks right now, and there's no way to add behavior or anything like that to blocks. the only thing you can do with blocks is you can say per asset if they get damaged by it. So in order for the skeletons to get damaged by the lava, in order for the avatar to get damaged by the lava, I have to define that on each of them. And you can set any block to be damaging to any thing. So I could say that water is damaging to the skeletons. I could say that stone is damaging to the skeletons. I could do any combination of that. The lava, I would need to make it as a separate asset, like the avatar and like the skeletons. It would have to be an asset of lava, a literal wall of lava. And I could make it a ground predator that would chase. Eventually there will be fluid dynamics, so things like water or lava will flow, and you could have like a trap set off that would make the lava come pouring down on the player. We can spawn lava, it just won't be like a fluid chasing. So let's do that as the next one. We're making all sorts of traps here. Let's fill this wall back in because it looks silly with no wall. All right, so let's make another trap plate here. And we're going to tell it to spawn lava blocks. So we can go, is it under asset spawner? I don't think it's under asset spawner, is it? They may have gotten rid of this feature since the last version. Let me see. There was a block spawner, and I think it might have been removed to work on it some more, because I'm not seeing the option anymore. Okay, yeah, I think they got rid of it in this current build. If you'd asked me a couple weeks ago, I would have been able... You saw it? You saw block spawner? Am I just blind today? Asset spawner, avatar, basic platform, bird. Block spawner. I am just blind. It's always behaviors. I always miss behaviors when I'm behaviors or components when I'm scrolling through the list and my eyes just like skip over the line. So thank you, Azrael, for spotting that. If I ever say that there was something there and it's not there and I'm wrong, it's because I was scrolling through and my eyes were skipping over it. So yeah, we could set this visible or invisible. Let's leave it visible because it's not really fun to have traps where you can't see them. You want to hide them, but you don't want to make it completely unfair. And we're going to have it spawn lava. Oh, there it is. And we're going to have it on receiving the message of touch, which I have to find that. Let's do a spawn delay of 0.5. I don't know exactly how fast that'll build, but we'll see. And let's go down. Let's get rid of the health component. We're going to edit the logic, and we can set a spawn area. So let's make this nice and big. Let's go with can I do a 0? No, it has to be a minimum of 1. So let's do 3 by 10. Okay, so that's pretty big. And let's see what happens. Nothing? Did I miss something? Is it spawning it underground? Let's see. Let's fiddle with it. So, got lava on receive the message. Let's make that back what it was default. And let's see. Oh, trigger. I thought I changed that. Did I not change that? I meant to change that. So let's see what happens now. Oh, there we go. So it's a little bit slow. Now it's not filling in randomly, and it's not doing like a wave. It's kind of building out. It just killed that skeleton. Snake IO Lava Edition. Wow, my voice is really going. What is going on today? I'm sorry about that. Let's increase or decrease the delay. So we'll do 0.1, so it'll go a lot faster. And we could make it a I was thinking if we have it set off, we could have like a 2-stage trigger. So if it's starting over here, let's make this 1. That's not really 1, that's 2. Oh, because it's not aligned. No. I guess that's just the minimum area you can do it in. I don't know if it'll overwrite blocks. So let's see if this works this way. So we're going to have these be invisible. And we're going to duplicate. 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 And we're going to change what the trigger is on the character because I didn't already change it on the blocks here. Okay, so my hope is that this will make a stream of lava coming down, and let's make it chase the player. So we're going to rotate these 180. Oop, that was not exactly how I expected it to turn. There we go. All right. They still line up straight. Ooh. There we go. All right, so now we're going to put we're going to put a visible trigger here. And this will be a message broadcaster. So collisions, message broadcaster. So this one's going to send the touch trigger. So touch. And it's going to wait for a trigger. It's going to wait for a message. We'll just say trap. And we're going to change the box to say trap. So if you're following, the crate now says trap. When we touch that box to this, it's going to set off this trigger, which will set all of these off at once. So hopefully we'll get a wall of lava. Let's see if it works. We're in uncharted territory here. Whoa! So it lagged a little bit. and it filled up really fast. So, no, it hurts. Okay. That was actually better than I expected it to be. Come on, skeleton, chase me in here. It's fine, you'll be fine. I guess we're fine. Ha. Kicked that plate way over there. So we're having some goofy sandbox fun here. So I guess I can't change the direction of the lava spawn because it came from the top and went down, which is what it did before. So I thought maybe rotating it would change the direction, so we can't exactly do that. We could set off a whole complicated series of triggers, one setting off a message, and we could kind of do a like a controlled spawn. But I feel like that would be way more complicated than it was worth, and that was kind of a funny result. So it'd be better to just like plan the level where you would come from that direction. And remember, these are all alpha features, so there's going to be a lot more complicated things going on. But yeah, that was that was way cooler than I expected it to be. That 0.1 delay. So we actually had probably too many of these, which is why my frame rate dropped, because we had a bunch of overlapping spawns happening. But yeah, that was exciting. I liked that. So yeah, we did a physics-based floor drop trap. These are a little unpredictable because you never know when something like that's gonna happen. Actually, you know what? Let's fix this trap, because that was the thing that I forgot about. So we want to make this replace asset. Can we tell it to wait? Yeah. So why didn't we do this before? Let's do that. I'm gonna delete these. We're gonna say what was it? Trap was our trigger, and we're just gonna have the floor disappear. Replace by asset, and it's gonna be none. All the way at the top. And no behavior. And no collision. And we can duplicate that, and we can actually get rid of these extra blocks here. And fill that up with lava. And we'll just cover it over, like what's the replace asset button? I'm just gonna make it a bigger, so it's a single platform, so it all disappears at once. Replace asset. So we can make this. There's a concrete slab or a brick slab, I think. Not the brick wall. That's what I wanted. And we're gonna rotate it. And we're going to move it over like that. And sink it down inside. Ooh, that looks nice, right? All right, so replace asset. When it gets the message trap, it's going to be replaced by nothing, okay? This is what I was trying to do the first time, and for whatever reason, I had a brain. Well, did I leave collision on? No gravity. Just collision. I saw it fly up when the level started. Yeah, I got to make sure I turn off that gravity. So now it should just disappear. Maybe? Did I misspell something? Trap replaced by nothing. Maybe I did something wrong. Trap, broadcast range, delay. Oh, maybe set the delay to none. And we might have to change one other thing about that. So one more time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's not working. One more try. This is kind of like the magic broadcast only on. I'm still not entirely sure what that does. I need to have a meeting with the developer to figure that out. Because sometimes it just magically fixes things. And it still didn't do it. So I don't know what's up with that. But you can tell what I'm trying to do. We're trying to make this disappear. Maybe it's because I'm having it be replaced by nothing. So what if I have it be replaced by something that just happens to be like really small, like flagstone, and we'll turn on gravity just for the heck of it. Maybe it'll fall into the lava. Well, the whole wall is supposed to be disappearing. So you're wondering about it having collision and then no collision, but it's supposed to be replaced by nothing. Where did you come from? Did you just run through the wall? Yeah, you go back over there. Shame on you. So let's change that to everyone in range, delay. We'll turn that back off. And trap. Okay, I'm just making sure I've got the right message here. So originally we had it with the gravity where it would just fall in. But that can be like if an enemy runs over it or something, it can be unpredictable, so. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh. I wasn't close enough to it. So its origin, for whatever reason, is way over here. So, okay. Yeah, you see that? It didn't want to, it wasn't close enough. That was why. So let's actually rotate it. That was the whole reason. We weren't close enough to set it off. Let's see. So we could, there's a couple different ways we can fix that. We can increase the range on trap, but you don't want to increase the range too much because increasing the range will mean you'll set off traps that you're close to but not actually touching. So we just rotated it so that way the origin is the first thing you walk over. So if we were to walk from this end, we wouldn't set it off till we're over there. And you can tweak this stuff by making your own assets. So you could make an asset where the center here is what would actually set off the trap. This is me just using the assets that are already built in, so I haven't like customized this at all. So we're gonna set this back to none so that flagstone isn't there. None. And no collisions, and play. And if collisions shouldn't matter if there's no object there because there's no bounding box. So now when we run over it, whoa, there we go. That works. So yeah, we would want to use a different object that has a origin more in the center. So that was a whole lot of troubleshooting for it just being being the origin being in a weird spot. And set that off again. That's just fun. I'll have to figure out. I could maybe make a lava fall if I guess it would go up instead of down. I need to figure out more about the block spawner. So yeah, there's 3 different kinds of traps there. We've got a falling floor trap. We've got an explosive trap. And a lava trap. So it went around the wall. It came from way over here. I guess it was chasing really far. It was probably this skeleton. It sensed me, but it decided to go all the way around there. is very determined, and then it never actually like got me. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun for me, figuring out those traps, because I've done ones like this before with setting off a falling floor, but I hadn't done one with a void object or one with the block spawner before, so that was new for me also. Yeah, and it's cool to start seeing like gameplay elements come into all this. Instead of it just being like platforming, jumping around, we can actually have win and loss states and traps and events getting set off, which is a lot of fun. So I'm excited about all of that. And yeah, I will I'll be doing a short tutorial. I mentioned this before, but in case you're just joining us, I'll be putting together a little tutorial on how to build a level like this. Shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, so keep an eye out for that in the next week or so. Other new tutorials coming out, if you're in the Creator Fund or if you're interested in VoxEdit, there will be a tutorial coming out soon about how to upload your stuff to the marketplace, including things to watch out for to make sure your assets work correctly in the Game Maker, and how the catalysts and gems work. And also the news that we were talking about earlier, we've got the Moon sale coming out. If you look back in the chat log, it was one of the first things that we linked. So check out the Moon sale, and also go to forum.sandbox.game to check out the weekly design contests. So lots of fun stuff happening. This is going to be an exciting summer for everybody at the Sandbox, I think. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. Remember to tune in Saturday morning Eastern Time when we go back to working on our wizard and our little RPG game. And you guys all have a great rest of your day. So I forgot the fountain, didn't I? So forgive me the noise in the background. I turned the AC on because I'm dying in here. It's almost 80 degrees outside, and the heat is creeping in fast. I don't know if you can see me sweating a tiny little webcam thing, but we got to do the fountain giveaway. I'm sorry about that. I was too eager to turn the AC on. So let's do the giveaway. And Science Her Way is the winner. Congratulations. So I will message you right after this, and we'll get your wallet address and send that over to you. All right. All right. Thank you for messaging me in the chat real quickly, because I could still see it on the screen. So